You don't wake up and choose inconsistency. You don't consciously decide to procrastinate. You don't plan to quit halfway. Yet, it keeps happening. So you assume the problem is discipline. It's not. The real issue is this. You are trying to perform actions that don't match who you believe you are. And when identity and behavior conflict, identity always wins. Section 1. Discipline is a byproduct, not a trait. Most people treat discipline like a personality trait, something you either have or don't have. But psychologically, discipline is a byproduct of identity alignment. Behavior follows self-concept. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with focus, someone who isn't consistent, someone who tries but doesn't finish, then your brain will protect that identity, not your goals. Humans defend identity more aggressively than ambition. Section 2. Identity drives behavior. In psychology, we operate through self-schema, mental models of who we are. These models determine what feels natural, what feels forced, what feels authentic, what feels fake. If you identify as a disciplined person, waking up early doesn't require motivation. It requires congruence. If you identify as someone building something serious, publishing content isn't optional. It's expected. When behavior matches identity, execution becomes stable. Not easy, stable. Section 3. The identity gap. Here's where most people fail. They try to perform high-level behaviors with a low-level identity. They want elite habits, but internally, they still see themselves as beginners. That gap creates friction, and friction feels like procrastination, but it's not laziness, it's alignment. This is why in the discipline architecture model, identity alignment is pillar 3. Because environmental control reduces friction, dopamine regulation stabilizes reward systems, identity alignment defines who executes, execution rituals automate behavior. Without identity, the other pillars feel forced. With identity, they feel natural. Section 4. How identity actually changes. Identity changes through evidence, not affirmation. Your brain updates self-concept based on repeated proof, small proof, consistent proof. If you want to become someone who trains, train consistently, even at low volume. If you want to become someone who publishes, publish regularly, even imperfectly. Micro-evidence reshapes identity faster than dramatic bursts of effort. And here's the key. Stop saying, "I'm not disciplined." Every time you repeat that, you reinforce it. Language directs cognition. Cognition directs behavior. Behavior confirms identity. Design the loop consciously. Section 5. Practical implementation, identity alignment protocol. Here's a simple structure. Step 1. Define identity in behavioral terms. Not, "I want to improve." Define it clearly. I am someone who writes daily. I am someone who tracks money. I am someone who trains 4 times a week. Identity must be observable. Step 2. Shrink the standard. Don't jump to extremes. Provide small, undeniable evidence. Consistency over intensity. Step 3. Remove opposing behaviors. If your new identity is focused, reduce the actions that contradict it. Identity collapses when evidence conflicts. Alignment requires coherence. You don't lack discipline. You lack identity alignment. Discipline is not about forcing yourself. It's about becoming someone for whom the behavior makes sense. When identity shifts, execution stabilizes, and stability compounds. In the next episode, we'll break down how to stack identity layers intentionally. If you're building self-mastery through structure, not motivation, continue with the series. This is architecture.